Good morning, Calvary kids, and welcome to Children's Church Online. I am so happy that you guys could join us today on this very first Sunday in the month of July. And today we are going to be starting a brand new topic on creativity. Now, when you think of creativity or someone who's creative, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? When I think about creativity, one of the first things that come to my mind are people who either create or build stuff, right? So if you guys maybe have blocks or Legos at home, I've got some blocks here with me today. And people that love to build things with blocks or Legos or just create things out of nothing. If you know what you're doing, you can create all kinds of things. You can use blocks to create like little houses. You can create little obstacle courses for like a car or something. You can get a kind of a ramp thing going here. You can create all kinds of different towers or really whatever you want. You can use bricks, you can use Legos, you can use pretty much whatever to build or create. And some people have just such creativity that they can build just the most amazing things. If you've ever seen like those Lego sets that are like of the Death Star or something in Star Wars, and it's like 10,000 different pieces, and there are people that will actually have the time to sit down and to put all those Legos, all those pieces into the exact right spot to create this amazing creation out of Legos. That's what I think of when I think of people who are creative or creativity. But you know what, guys? The Bible tells us that God is one of the most creative people that has ever existed. Because guess what? God created everything. God created everything. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, is how God created everything literally out of nothing. So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to go back to the very beginning. We're going to go back to the very beginning when the Bible says there was nothing but darkness. There was nothing but darkness. Nothing existed. But in Genesis chapter 1, it says this, that in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And even though everything was dark, God was there. And he spoke the words, "Let there be light." And all of a sudden, there was light. And the Bible tells us that God separated the light from the darkness, called the light day and the darkness night. And that was the very first day that it ever existed. God created light and he created darkness. But then the Bible says on the next day, God created something even more incredible. God created the seas and the sky. So when you look up at the sky outside and all the cool clouds and the awesome lights and everything that you see in the sky, God created all of that. When you see all the different oceans, all the different lakes, all the different rivers, God created all of it. And that was the second day. God created the sky and the sea. And then the third day, God decided to do something even more incredible. He created the land, created the ground, and all the trees, and all the plants that exist in the world. God created each and every one of them. So every time you see a giant tree, God created that. Whenever you see a beautiful flower, God created that. The very dirt that's beneath our feet, God created all of that. He created all the land that exists. So you're back all the way from your backyard to just the vast deserts that exist around the world. God created all of it. He said it was good, and that was the third day. Then on the fourth day, God created basically the entire solar system. He created all of the planets that we see. Not only that, he created the sun, the moon, and all the different stars that exist out in space. So when you look up at night and see all the different stars, God spoke it and created each and every one of those stars. All the planets that we can see through like telescopes, God created each and every one of those. He created them special. He created the sun to govern the daytime. No, so when you look up in the sky, and you shouldn't look at it directly, but when you look up into the sky and you see the sun, God created that so we could have daylight. And then he also created the moon to govern the darkness, to govern the nighttime, so that we could have some light even in nighttime. God created all of that, and he said it was good. And then we come to the fifth day, where God chose to create all kinds of different birds and fish to live in the sky and in the seas. So I've got some examples here. God created, just think of everything that lives in the ocean, all the fish. So I've got me a little pink fish here. But God created every single fish in the sea. God created all the amazing creatures that live in the sea, from like octopuses and starfish and let's think, swordfish, sharks, everything that exists in the sea, God created each and every one of them. But not only that, he created all the birds that fly through the sky. I got me a little seagull here. Remind us of all the birds that God created. But think about it, not just seagulls, but every pigeon, all right? From every pigeon to every eagle that flies through the sky, through every hawk that you see, a falcon, a raven, every bird in the sky, God created each and every one of them. And then on the sixth day, God chose to create all different kinds of animals. So I've just got a few animals here with me today, but think about this. God created the lions. God created elephants. God created, let's see here, God created zebras. God created all the monkeys, all the different kinds of monkeys that exist. God even created interesting creatures like hyenas that are kind of creepy, but they're pretty cool at the same time. God created wolves and dogs and cats and every animal that you can think of. God created each and every one of them. He created all of it. And he said it was good. Now next week we're going to talk about his greatest creation. But guys, I'm going to give you a quick hint on what we're going to talk about next week. God's greatest creation was you. Because all of this God created. And he said all of it was good. But then he wanted to create something in his own image. He created man, he created woman. He created you and he created me. We are created in God's own image. And when he looked at us, he didn't just say it was good, he said it was very good. God created us special and unique. And we're going to talk about that a little more next week. But just think of all the incredible things that God has created. If you look outside your window, you can see all the amazing things that God has created. From the trees, to the ground, to the sky. God created all of it. When there was literally nothing. He created just by speaking it. He created all these unique and different animals. And that same God, guys, he wants a relationship with you. He loves you so much that he willingly sent his son to die for you. He wants a relationship with you guys. He wants to talk to you. He wants you to talk to him. the God who created everything cares about and wants a relationship with you. Isn't that incredible, guys? That the God who created all the stars in the sky loves and cares about you. So here's what I want to challenge you guys with this week. Look outside. Go outside at some point this week. Look at all the incredible things God has created. And just spend some time thanking God for just the amazing world that He has given us. Because God is the most creative person that has ever existed. And we're going to talk about how He created us to be creative as well. We're going to get into that a little more next week. But guys, just remember, the God of the universe, the God who created everything in 6 days, wants a relationship with you. Now, we've got a brand new memory verse for this month. And it's going to appear up on the screen here. It's Psalms 139, verse 14. And it says this: I will praise you because I have been remarkably and wonderfully made. Remember, the God of the universe loves you and created you unique and special, remarkably and wonderfully. He has created you. All right, so we're going to say this together on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I will praise you because I've been remarkably and wonderfully made. Psalm 139, 14. We're going to work on that verse the entire month of July, and we're going to continue to talk about how God created everything and how He created us to be creative. All right? Now, a couple quick announcements here. One for the parents, one for the kids. First of all, for the parents, we have our brand new Parent Q app. You've seen me talk about this before. Make sure you go on your phones, download this app. It's got some incredible resources. It's going to have some great things for you guys to do with your kids throughout the week that are based on the lesson that we just talked about. So I really want to encourage as many parents as we have here at the church, go on, download this app. It's free, it's easy. If you need any help, you have any questions, please feel free, reach out to me, email me. We will get that done for you because this is going to be such a great tool for you guys as parents to use at home with your kids. Now, for the kids, Wednesday night summer adventures are continuing, and our next summer adventure is going to be Art Explosion. So on July 8th, we are going to have an Art Explosion night. Now, what is Art Explosion? It is going to be a ton of different things. So we're going to have all kinds of different ways for you guys to draw. We'll have, obviously, regular drawing. We'll also have things like chalk. We'll have things like splatter paint. We're going to have things like sponge paint. It's going to be a ton of fun. We're going to get not quite as messy game night, but we'll probably get a little messy here and there. But it's going to be a lot of fun with a lot of different artistic things. And you guys are going to get a chance to create some masterful works of art. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be a ton of fun. Make sure, invite your friends, invite your neighbors to come out. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be on July 8th. That is our next summer adventure, Art Explosion. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time.